Hey! Welcome back, everybody. This is the supermarket guide for the Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and everything in between, the next generations, the Pro systems. So, yes, that is correct. The supermarket and two other monuments, Trainyard and Water Treatment Plant, along with Supermarket, are now in the game, depending on what seed you have and depending on what server you're on. So this is the supermarket guide. Let's get into it! Again, welcome. I'm Jade Monkey. This is the Supermarket Guide. And if you're asking yourself, hey, if this is version 107 or above, how come I don't see it on my map? What's going on there? I've got I've got a video to show you how to find these new monuments, and I will link that now in the upper right-hand corner. Go check that out. Look at that. Beep, beep, beep. So oftentimes, you'll hear me say, there are good monuments to live next to. I think Supermarket is no exception. I think this one's great because it does not take any RAB protection. You can come in with gear. I'd highly recommend it. But it's a zero-tier monument, or at least that's what we call it. You can get in here right off the rip. And this tends to stay busy for most of the wipe. And it is a good place to set up, especially if you're next to a higher-tier monument, if that's the way you want to roll. Just know that if you live next to monuments, it's usually aggro city. So keep that in mind. As we say with all monuments, and this, again, is no exception, make sure you put down a sleeping bag and a stash with the starter kit. Take your junk gear here, a little bit of food, stuff like, because you almost always have a bunch of different wood armor. And if you're lucky enough, a med pen. And I like to tell people, take your trash armor with you as well, whether this is burlap, whether, you know, if you got more wood and armor. Take a bow. You know, no big deal, no harm, no foul. If you lose it, that's the junk gear you wanted to get rid of anyway, so I would highly suggest it. Now, up in the supermarket, you're not going to see this computer station here, obviously. But this is a decent monument, as the respawns are decent. You've got food here, and there is one military crate. So we will go inside of the supermarket, and as advertised in the name, it has food. All kinds of food. The green crates, again, you can fill these up at the Outpost. The blue barrels. Don't forget you can recycle tuna cans when they're done and also melt them down. This is a place with a lot of PvP. You can tell these aisleways here get pretty nutty. Be sure to use your sound cues. When you go in through here, more food crate action. Supermarket counter is pretty sweet to hide behind too. A lot of bow fights, gun fights in here for sure. Alright, moving off to the office on the side. This is where most people are going to want to go. There is a military crate here. And my goodness, that's a stone gate. I wish this was real right now. So you've got that over there in the corner. And then this starts you on your journey of the puzzle system. This is your first green card here on the desk. You can pick it up. Also, at the bandit camp, depending on what map you're on, it'll be in different locations, but you can trade in green cards, blue cards, and red cards for scrap. So if you have an abundance of these, as they do not stack, take them over there and trade them in. Or set up your own player store and sell them there. Or make a trap base. It's entirely up to you. It's Rust. It's the apocalypse. All right, coming back out of the main office into the locker room, employee room, you have a brown crate, gears, all the all-important gears. Going outside, opening the door here. You have access to the rooftop here, a ladder. Out the back, you've got some barrels here. I always tell people, grab the barrels whenever you can. Loot is loot. And you will not see this until we have vehicles in the game, so these little baskets with loot in there do not exist for us currently on the Rust Console Edition. Now here's another major reason other than the military crate and green card. This has a recycler, and it is quite accessible, and if you live around here, you can even split people's wigs that are doing the recycling. So, you know, yeah, it's just, you know, something to think about. So if you go back here, just know that when you do your all-important recycling, try to stay alert. I tell people jump up here, even up here, wait around the corner, listen for people to take your stuff. And then take them out. So as I just showed you, you can climb up here. The rooftop is also quite lucrative. Not only is it a good place PvP-wise, tactically speaking, you've got more brown crates. Look at that, boom. You've got a green card, and now you have a fuse to start your puzzle journey. Again, if you are looking to do a water treatment plant, which will use a green card and a fuse, I will go ahead and link that monument now in the upper right-hand corner. I strongly recommend checking that one out, especially if you're new to it, you haven't seen it yet in game. It's a very nice monument. It does yield a red card if you do complete it. Another brown crate here, more gears, more scrap, the all-important scrappy doodles, the lifeline of any Rust server. You got another barrel here. Again, really good vantage point. You got some. Is that a bear? It would be. He's just hanging out. He wants to camp me. So this is a good place to get the jump on people. You can hide around things, shoot around corners. The little gaps in the sign, it's quite nice. And again, you got the ladder here. You can hit these doorways or even this crate here to take down your... we're actually just... I'm the admin here, so we're just going to get rid of Mr. Yogi. How about that? So let's walk around to this side. Again, there is a no build zone around the outside of the supermarket, but you can build relatively close. Another brown crate here. Oh my goodness, what's with all these gates? I love it. Look at this. Man, I wish this was like a real wipe right now. And again, I'm on the PC, but this will have little to no changes for you guys. This won't exist. Those baskets won't exist, but I mean, the monument is virtually identical, so keep that in mind. Now we have another brown crate here, and you've got more gears. So look at that. It's got good yield. It's got good turnaround. I'm not going to say it's dome level, but it's definitely good for getting started. And here's the other thing. Even if you don't grab these loot crates, you can always bag people coming in and out. Don't ever forget that. Sometimes the best loot is when you wait around like a trapdoor spider and grab them up when they leave the monument. Not only will you get their loot, you'll also get the monument loot too, or whatever they got. So there you go. That is the supermarket. Clean, condensed, and for new players and for the old players for the Rust Console Edition. Again, if you find this useful and helpful, be sure to drop a like. It does help out quite a bit. And we'll see you guys in the next video / live stream. We'll catch you later. Detail, please pop back in. I want it to look like potatoes.